Members, go ahead and log in, and we'll get started in just a moment. One moment. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the it's high noon here at the Private Acts Committee and in the OK Corral, and we are going to get started. And Madam Clerk, hope everybody's logged in. Madam Clerk, will you please take the roll? We're pausing for technical difficulties. Now we're okay. Everyone on the board that's here, who wants to be here. There you go. You did. I'm sorry, my mic went off. Madam Clerk, please take the roll. And the elevator is broke, yes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 members present. You have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Members, do we have any personal orders? Oh, Chairman Doggett, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have with me my son, who happens to be 15 years old today.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday. Thanks for coming. Do you want it?
He's really interested in private acts.
Okay, and what are you getting? What are you getting for his birthday?
I
New car?
I gave him a ride here,
Oh, okay.
and I'll feed him supper later.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. Representative Pearson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Chairman. I had the great privilege and honor of going to Reverend Jesse Jackson's homegoing service this past weekend with his family and so many others, and just want us just to keep in mind sort of the spirit, the work, the commitment to the ideals of our country that Reverend Jackson held, and the light that is necessary in dark times that we continue to deal with and are in, and just extremely appreciative of his family and how many of them are continuing to keep up that mantle, but especially how his efforts and his purpose in reminding people of their somebodyness, no matter who they were, how much money they had, their statuses, those things did not stop him from reaffirming the humanity in people with the phrase that he popularized, "I am somebody," and that is so necessary in this moment in time. I think it's important for us to remember. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Thank you. Members, any other personal orders while we're... Okay. We got a little housekeeping to do here today, and we got 9 bills on the calendar. And first of all, House Bill 2640, that's item number 3. It's going to be rolled 1 week. And House Bill 2641, item number 4, rolled 1 week. House Bill 2642, item number 5, rolled 1 week. And House Bill 1465, item number 9, is rolled 2 weeks. Okay, and that brings us back to the beginning of the calendar. And Chair Lady Moody, you are recognized on House Bill 1804. We got a motion and a second. Chair Lady Moody, you're recognized.
Yes, thank you so much, members and chairman. It is my pleasure today to bring to you this piece of legislation for the beautiful town of Mason, Tennessee, home of Bozo's Barbecue and the original Gus's Fried Chicken. And they are poised so close to Blue Oval and have such potential for great growth. So this is their local proposal to us for getting ready for that growth. And and one thing in particular that they wanted to do with this charter is to add a town administrator, but there's some other cleanup things they're doing with their charter. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Okay, thank you. And we do have a resolution to that effect. Is that correct? And we have a resolution on file, do we not? Okay. Representative Pearson, you're recognized.
To that question, is there a resolution on file?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and those resolutions, because I've actually had to see one, is it like unanimous? All of the aldermen and folks want these changes to happen?
I didn't take a look at that. There may have been 2 no's, but don't quote me on that. And I'm sorry. I'm guessing.
Okay,
I'm kind of certainly been in close contact with them.
Excuse me. Yeah, we can get you the vote total on that. Yeah, we have the resolution here.
Okay.
Do we want to, do you have the vote total on that?
I do.
Okay.
There you go. I'm sorry.
Just a moment. We're going to go out of order just a moment and we'll get that for you. And I'm going to recognize Wade Williams, our research analyst.
The vote did pass 4-3 from the resolution.
Okay. And we'll go back into session, and Representative Pearson, you're recognized again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you. And I understand making sure that Mason in particular is prepared for growth. But to my colleagues, I also think that is a little bit concerning how close that vote is, right? It being a 4-3 decision. It isn't an overwhelming majority of people who want these changes that are being offered in Mason. And I wonder if you have insight on this. The comptroller a couple of years ago went into Mason mandating that they do a whole lot of changes as it relates to the finances and things like that. Are the changes that are being requested here a part of that decision making? Is that a part of the decision making?
Chair Lady Moody, you're
Pardon me.
recognized.
I did not get into that deep a dive. It could have, because he was certainly there working with him and is continuing to work with him. And also, they've been closely working with James Llewellyn with MTAS. He's been very instrumental in guiding them through this part too. Both of those.
Representative Pearson.
Thank you for that, because and I can understand the need for some of those changes based on what the findings may have been, but the fact that there isn't sort of unanimous consensus from the locality doesn't always mean we shouldn't do something. But considering how close this vote was, there obviously are some concerns from the people in Mason and the people who represent them, who are much more proximate than either you or I or people who are on this board. And I read through some of these, and I mean, one of the things that's probably more concerning, and I know this is a new role, but the mayor would have no authority over the town administrator, despite the fact that they will be appointing them. And I'm not a mayor, right? I'm a state representative. But to have someone who you appoint to then have no say over what they are administrating, which is going to impact all of your citizens to which you have some responsibility for, is deeply concerning to me. And our cities don't operate that way. Maybe there's some other towns in our districts that do. The city of Millington doesn't operate that way either, I don't think. And so that's one big flag for me for an elected person to appoint someone who then they can't say anything to, because the appointee actually has responsibility over all of government, not the actual mayor. The mayor's a figurehead, and turning an elected official into a figurehead when they really have responsibility and accountability to citizens in our state isn't something that I think we should do. And so that's what gives me significant pause about this request that's before us. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Chair Lady Moody, would you like to?
Well, I would just encourage you that the people that are serving, while that wasn't unanimous, they are the ones that are asking for it. They're the ones that are hearing from the people and seeing what, working with MTAS and the comptroller, that what would be best for Mason may not be best for other towns. So I'm on behalf of Mason. This is what they have passed. They've given you their proper information, and I would just ask you to vote yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Any other members? Representative Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Chair Lady, for bringing this. So I guess in response to that question from our fellow member, I would assume that the town administrator then reports to the entire council. And so that's actually more direct representation in terms of they're closer to the people because they're elected by the city itself. Is that fair?
Chair Lady Moody.
Yes, that's a good explanation. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. And next on the board, we have Chairman Doggett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Chair Lady Moody, for your work on this. I do know several years ago that the state made various changes to how cities could operate their structure of government. So it sounds like the city of Mason may be growing and looking to revamp, modernize the way they operate on their city council. But I do have one question for you. In Section 3, it's deleting sections 6 and 7 of the Private Acts of 1915. Talks about faithfully discharging duties. What duties are they going to be discharging?
Chair Lady Moody, you're recognized.
That is a good question. Do you have more insight for us?
Chairman Doggett.
I don't. I was just curious to know what those duties were going to be. Maybe you would have insight into those duties for us.
Chair Lady Moody.
The duties I have explained that they are focused on.
Chairman Doggett.
Move previous question.
I don't think we can do it all in one time, but we have somebody else. Vice Chairman Sparks, you're recognized. Oh, you're good. Okay. Charlie Moody, do you have any other comments before we?
No, pardon me.
Okay.
I was conversing with his son
Okay.
and telling him how sorry I was for him.
Okay.
But excuse me for being out
I
of
do
line.
I have one question before we finish
Yes.
up. Does this have anything at all to do with Rule 50?
No, that would be the consent calendar,
Oh, okay.
which would be really good for this,
All
but I
right,
know.
thank you. In that case, I think we're ready to vote. Seeing no further questions, if there's no objection, Madam Clerk, will you please open up the board for voting? And has everybody voted? Anybody wish to change their vote? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes and 1 no.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
House Bill 1804 passes and goes on to state and local government. Don't leave before we let her know it's state and local government. Okay, item number 2, Chairman Darby, House Bill 2645. Got a motion and a second. Members, do we have any questions on the bill? Let the sponsor go ahead and explain the bill and then we'll get a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I heard Chairman Sparks there talk about the elevator was down.
Yeah.
I had 20 minutes of an inside preview of what the elevator looked like when it was down.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. House Bill 2645 seeks approval to amend the city charter, completely rewrite it.
Okay, members, do you have any questions for the sponsor? Representative Pearson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And in this rewriting, what are some of the most substantial things that are changing here?
Chairman Darby, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What they're wanting to do is change the mayor to a part-time position and move it pretty much his duties to a city manager.
Okay, thank you.
Representative Pearson, any follow-up? Representative Pearson, any follow-up?
No, thank
Okay.
you.
Any other members have a question for the sponsor? If not, we're going to be, see no further questions. We're going to be, and there are no objection. Madam Clerk, please open up the board for voting. And has everybody voted? Anyone wish to change your vote? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 12 ayes.
Okay. House Bill 2645 passes and goes on to state and local government. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chairman.
Mr.
Doherty.
Chairman and committee.
Okay, then we're going to skip down to item number 6, and that would be Chair Lady Rudder. Got a motion and a second. And would the sponsor please explain your bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is from the city of South Pittsburgh, and they are seeking to amend their charter by changing the living requirements for their city administrator position to within a 50-mile radius of the city limits. That is all they're requesting.
Okay, thank you. And do we have any questions? And Chairman Doggett?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Chair Lady. Will this have anything to do with moving the South Pittsburgh football program up a classification?
I don't think so.
Chair Lady Rudder?
Excuse me. No, I
Sorry.
don't think so.
Okay. Chairman Doggett? Any other questions? Chairman Halsey? You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Would that allow somebody to live in Alabama in this case?
Chair Lady Rudder?
It could, a 50-mile radius.
50-mile
It
radius?
could. Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yes, it
interesting.
could.
Yeah. Chairman Halsey? Any other questions for the sponsor? Yeah, that was a question that I had before about the 50-mile radius. I guess it would go outside, it could go outside the county or even outside the state
Yes.
at that point.
50-mile radius of
Is-
South Pittsburgh.
That's
And
not,
Alabama is awfully close.
okay. And that's not a problem as far as being out of state.
I'll
and-
read you their statement
Okay.
as to why they wanted to make this decision. It said the city of South Pittsburgh feels that the changing the living requirements for a city administrator widens the potential pool for candidates should a city administrator need to be hired. Most cities do limit city administrators to living within the city limits rather than allow for an acceptable living distance. In addition, the city administrator is the only employee in South Pittsburgh that is required to live within the city limits, and the board feels that this policy is outdated.
Thank you. And that was the only question I had was if they would be eligible if they were out of state, but they still would be, then correct?
I would say
Isn't
that
that-
they,
Because that
they
50-mile
would be,
radius.
yeah.
Okay. And Representative Pearson, you're recognized.
Thank you so much. I find that a little strange, that it's possible to hire somebody out of state to work in a city within our state.
Well, I would agree with you.
Chair
that
Lady
is
Rudder.
excuse me, that is a little strange, but Stevenson, Alabama is really close to South Pittsburgh. And this is something that they wish to do for their little city. So I would ask you to please vote in the affirmative.
Representative Pearson.
Sorry. Thank you.
Representative Pearson, yes.
You
You're
mentioned that no other employees have to have a residency requirement.
That's
Is that
correct, according to their
Chair Lady
statement.
Rudder.
Excuse me,
recommend.
yes, according to their statement.
Okay, so the mayor
Representative
technically,
Pearson, you're
oh,
recognized.
sorry, Chair. So the mayor could live outside of the city too.
Chair Lady Rudder.
From their statement, I would say that would be unlikely, but
Okay.
possible.
Let me just mention
I
one
don't
thing.
know that that's a city employee, though. I mean,
Okay.
I don't, an elected official. I think that would be a different. I
Yeah,
think-
okay. Yeah, part of the resolution said they had to move within the city within 90-day period. So they would have to move within that 90-day period,
So they would have to,
Yes.
they could hire them, but they would have to
Right.
move within the city.
90
limit.
days,
Okay,
yeah.
That-
Okay.
I didn't have that
Yeah,
information.
okay. They just, legal just gave that to me, so we're good. Representative Pearson.
Can we go out of session very quickly
Yes,
to talk to legal?
okay. We're going to go out of session. And we're going to go over to Doug Himes and legal. Doug Garrett, I'm sorry. We got a Doug Himes too. I'm sorry, the
Yeah,
question.
The question, just clarification on section 2 of this. Within 90 days after reporting for work, the city administrator must reside within a 50-mile radius of the municipal limits of the city of South Pittsburgh. This may be an old amendment. I have 10609. And so you're saying now they are going to have to, they can be hired, but after they're hired, they have to be within the city of South Pittsburgh.
Doug Garrett with the Office of Legal
Legal.
Services. Yes, Representative Pearson, they're required to live within that 50-mile radius once hired. They have, I think it is 90 days.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So that still means the person from Alabama could work for the city of South Pittsburgh.
I think it could. And also, I'm sorry, Doug Garrett again with legal. These are appointed positions, and just to clarify, as was stated, I think by someone off the record, they're appointed positions and not elected positions, and I think that's the distinction to make here. But yes, in response to your question, you are correct.
And the elected officials,
Representative Pearson.
thank you so much, Chairman. The elected officials do have to live in the city.
Yes, and we're confirming that now, but I think that's pretty standard practice within the charters for all municipalities. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Doug and Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. Any other questions while we're out of session? Vice Chairman Sparks.
Just food for thought. It reminded me, my former mayor, a guy I considered a mentor. He was a really strong, assertive guy, just like President Trump. And one of the first things he did when he got in office made everybody at the top public works departments, parks departments reside in the town of Smyrna. And he lost some good employees over that. And I remember telling him, I just disagree with your decision on that. And he said something that was very poignant. He says, Mike, I don't mind, and I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong and I made a mistake. And so that always stuck with me. A guy as influential and as powerful as this guy was, who in such a strong personality, admitted to a mistake, and that made me admire him a little bit more. So just wanted to share that thought of that decision he said.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions while we're out of session? If not, we're going back into session. And do we have any other questions for the sponsor? Vice Chairman Davis, you're recognized.
Chair Lady, I just wanted to say that a lot of times in some of these smaller communities, they need to get somebody that is qualified and appropriate. And so sometimes the population or the pool of candidates, you really have to work with what's available. And you want the best person that can fit that community. And the other thing too, Alabama has a state income tax. We don't. So they might want to come and move to Tennessee.
That's a great point. All right. Any other questions for? You're recognized.
Call previous question.
Okay. Previous question has been called. And okay. And Madam Clerk, will you please, everybody that wants to vote, please go to the voting board now and vote yes or no. And has everyone voted? Anyone wish to change their vote? And Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes and 1 no.
All right, thank you. And House Bill 2431 passes and goes on to state and local government. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman and Committee.
Do you have another one? You do?
I do.
Okay, item number 7. The next bill, yes, House Bill 2643 by Rudder. We got a motion and a second. I understand we have an amendment on this one, and you have that drafting code.
Yes, it's 014373.
Oddly enough, that's the same one we have. And so would you want to describe the amendment at this time?
Yes, this just eliminates the section of the original submission, and I will read what that section is. It simply says any surplus remaining at the end of each fiscal year after payment and satisfaction of above payments and withholding of proper reserves as set forth herein may be paid and deposited into the general fund of the city of Winchester. That was completely struck.
Okay.
That's the amendment.
All right, thank you. And now do we have any questions on the amendment? Anyone? Okay, if not, we're going to vote on the amendment One moment, please.
No.
Okay, we're going to vote on the amendment. So all in favor of putting the amendment on the bill, say aye. All opposed, the same. Say no. Okay, the ayes have it. House Bill 2643, the amendment goes on. And then we're back on the bill as amendment. Chair Lady
Okay.
Rudder, you are
The-
recognized on the bill.
Yes, the
as
city,
amended.
the city of Winchester is requesting a change to their original 1953 charter that simply clarifies language in the utilities part of the charter. That is what they're requesting. Now, I can understand that this committee probably wants me to give you some indication of what those changes are. And I'll be glad to do that if requested.
Okay. Do we have any questions then for the sponsor on the amended bill? I don't think we do.
Okay.
And seeing no further questions, are we ready to vote? So without objection, Madam Clerk, will you please open up the board for the vote? And has every member voted? Anybody wish to change their vote? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes.
Okay, and House Bill 2643 moves on to state and local government. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee.
Okay, item number 8 by Representative Barrett. We got a motion and a second. And, oh, that's right. And Representative Barrett, would you please explain the bill at this time?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. As you have before you, this bill seeks to do a pretty extensive overhaul of the charter for the town of Charlotte. I believe the original charter was adopted in 1955. And like a lot of small towns, this town in particular has had one mayor who's kind of served a really, really long time. And just recently in the last election, there was a new mayor put in place with a new town council. And they've been working ever since that election to try to overhaul and update the charter to modernize it for today. And so working with the Tennessee Municipal Advisory Council, they have come up with this language that you have before you. This language has been vetted between legal here at the state and back with the city attorney for the town of Charlotte. So everybody has checked off on this and okayed what we have coming before them.
Okay, thank you. And this is Charlotte, Tennessee, not North Carolina, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, and just to make sure we clarify here, the town of Charlotte is the county seat for Dixon County. It is not Dixon. And a little bit of history here, the town of Charlotte was also 7 votes shy of being the state capital during the same nomination when Nashville became the state capital. So we almost had it.
And the most famous person that came from Charlotte, could you answer that?
Montgomery Bell.
Sorry.
Bo Mitchell? No, it's not Bo Mitchell.
No. Out of order. No. You got another guess?
Well, if technically Oscar Robertson is not
that's
from
who
the
we were
town of
looking
Charlotte.
for. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
He lived just northeast of Charlotte, in between Ashland City and the town of Charlotte.
Oh, okay. That's who we were given the credit for.
The big
Okay. Do
O.
we have any questions for the sponsor on the bill? Anyone? Okay. If saying no objection, are we ready to vote? Madam Clerk, will you please open up the vote? Open up the board, sorry, for vote. Okay.
funny.
Has every member voted? Anybody wish to change your vote? Madam Clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 ayes.
Okay, thank you. House
Thank you,
Bill
Chairman and committee.
2638 passes on and goes to state and local government. All right. And that ends our calendar. We've got shortened quite a bit with a few that have been enrolled. But do we have any other questions or comments before we take off today? Seeing no further business, without objection, do we have a motion to adjourn? Okay, accepted. We're adjourned. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you.